Good day, everyone. So today, we are going to tackle about the bilingual education programs in the United States of America. But first, let me tell you about its history. The history of bilingual education in the United States has shifted between tolerance and repression depending on politics, the economy, and the size of the immigrant population. Languages other than English have been primarily seen as problems to be remediated by the schools. However, the massive increase in students whose primarily language is not English and who perform at exceptionally low levels in the nation's schools has once again provoked discussion about the most effective way to educate them. Research has accumulated showing a clear advantage for maintenance dual language and bilingual programs over English-only or transitional programs with respect to achievement, attainment, and a number of other outcomes. Nonetheless, many challenges remain to implementing such programs on a large scale. The politics of bilingualism and the shortage of highly qualified teachers are among the primary obstacles. Now let's move on in defining bilingual education and instructional options. When defining bilingual education in the United States of America, bilingual education in the U.S. has primarily been a program where goal is to teach English rather than to develop bilingualism or biliteracy. The vast majority of USA bilingual programs are designed for students who come to school speaking native or home languages over their English and who are learning English as a second or additional language. Over the past 20 years, new forms of bilingual education, generally referred to as dual language, have also been developed and implemented in the United States of America. Dual language bilingual programs have the goal of developing bilingualism or biliteracy in a cross-cultural competence. Let me introduce to you one of the programs in bilingual education programs in the United States of America, and it is the Transitional Bilingual Education Programs. The Transitional Bilingual Education Programs are subdivided into early exit and late exit programs. They were developed as a way of responding to various local, state, and federal mandates that required schools in the USA to provide equal access to educational opportunities for students who enter U.S. schools with limited proficiency in English. These programs are designed for students who are labeled as English Language Learners or ELLs. The underlying rationale for TBE programs is to utilize students' native languages to teach content so that these students do not fall behind in their learning of content while they are learning English. TBE programs are organized to gradually transition students from learning school content in a non-English language to learning school content on all English. Early exit programs strive to attain this transition in 1 to 3 school years, while late exit programs favor a more gradual transition of 4 to 5 years. In all cases, the ultimate goal is the acquisition of English. TBE programs of all types have been widely criticized in the U.S. for being subjective in that they are not intended to develop bilingualism and biliteracy and frequently result in loss of students' native language, and assimilationist in that they do not foster the development of multicultural perspective or cross-cultural competence. Despite the criticism, there is a plethora of research that indicates that the use of students' home languages in instruction, even for short periods of time. Next, the TBE program is the Dual Language Education Program. It is the second type of bilingual education program that is growing in popularity, as labeled as dual language education. There are actually 3 major types of dual language programs. First is the developmental or maintenance dual language. Next is the two-way immersion programs. And last one, the immersion programs in languages other than English. Unlike TBE programs, dual language programs have as their goal the development of bilingualism, which is the ability to speak fluently in two languages by literacy and the academic achievement, and cross-cultural competence. It is important to know that bilingual education programs in the USA of all types have largely been developed, debated, and researched around language of instruction issues. It is not just important that a TBE and the dual language bilingual program teach children to read and write in English or other languages for an hour a day. It is equally important to ensure that during this hour of instructional time, quality teaching methodologies are implemented. After all the gathered details and facts, I can say that virtually all of this recent growth in U.S. public schools is attributable to the children of immigrants. These children bring enormous cultural and linguistic assets to the nation. Research suggests that building on these assets through bilingual instruction would be the most effective way to increase their academic achievement and social and psychological well-being, but it would also strengthen both their own labor market prospects and the economy of the nation.